The sun sinks deeper into the horizon as the once fast-paced day comes to a sudden halt. He looks up to the heavens and realizes that even the skies were not his from the onset of that same day. His heart sinks within him as he realizes that even the ground underneath his feet is crushing to the weight of his heart. Now this is the heart of a man who has given everything of himself to the world and forgotten the most intricate and vital bit that is himself. Welcome to the Sketches of Paper. Who am I? Part 2. And so, just as this man, lost in himself, have we all run after the skies and the wind therein, missing our very footing upon the ground above which we tread. Now in seasons past and lessons sewn into our systems, have we been taught to aim for the stars, and just maybe, just maybe, if we don't land upon the stars, then will the moon become a platform. Did we not realize that by landing on the moon, did we lose our ground, as with it all sense of gravity had so dissipated? So this man, he stands not as a representation of himself, nor of his struggles, neither of his broken and lost aspirations, but just like him, are we all, if not most of us, that is, drained within ourselves in this rat race, and just like that, and without knowing, have we missed not only our beautiful golden sunset, but also we've been rid of our skies above and the ground underneath our feet. So, who are you? Are you that eagle that pecks and walks among the chicken, thinking that he is a chicken and forgetting that he is an eagle? And are you going to forget who you really are and live your entire life and die as a chicken? Or are you going to rise and soar above the storms of life by knowing who you really are, and that you are made to be an eagle, and that being an eagle, the windy storms did not come to scare or break or even weaken you, but rather they came that you could ride upon them and be carried with the same storms of life? Don't you know that you are gods? But instead of ruling over the facets of the earth, you instead have become a slave to the same and elevated them as gods above you. You have made your work your master, and you've made your achievements your glory. Your desires have you propelled to be your preoccupations, and in the midst of all that chase have you lost all essence of who you are. He said, "That is the great I am," and I quote, "You are gods, you are all sons of the Most High." Need I add also daughters? But you will die like mere mortals, like mere men. You will fall like every other ruler upon the face of the earth. But you will ask why there is such a harsh verdict upon the sons of men. And again, I will ask you this question that I have asked over and over, and I beg to repeat the same question again. Who are you? And so the answer comes back in a verse that I will quote as the Almighty continues to speak. Now see, the gods know nothing, they understand nothing, they walk about in darkness, all the foundations of the earth are shaken. Now, won't you rise up and above your limitations, and instead of seeing stumbling blocks before you, open your eyes. Now, open your eyes to the stepping stones in the form of opportunities that present themselves instead of stumbling blocks. Now this reminds me of Ivar the Boneless in the Vikings series. Born as it were a cripple, and hence boneless, he lives his life in agony and self-pity as he crawls along the ground. Until one day he decides on something. He decides to go on a voyage with his father, that is King Ragnar Lothbrok. Along his journey across the sea with his father, there comes upon them a storm, and a great tempest with it. But interestingly, and not coincidentally that is, Ivar survives the storm. And at this moment his eyes open to the truth and reality of himself. He gets to know who he really is. He realizes that his crippled birth was not a curse, but instead it was a source of encouragement and power. And despite being the younger of Ragnar's sons, he becomes the first to inherit kingship from his father. And with this he grows into a ruthless ruler and a king feared and revered across borders by both the young and the old. That is Ivar for you. But still the question lingers on, and I am tempted to ask you as I ask myself this same question: who am I? And so in retrospect, who are you? Tell me, dear trader. Will you rise up from your fall just like Jackie Chan in Who Am I rises from his coma and rediscovers who he is and goes on to save the world from an ensuing catastrophe? Or will you forever linger in self-pity and agony and despair? I will come to the close of this episode with a last description. And with this, I hope you can find who you are. When a Spartan male is born, he is not born as a boy, but he is born as a warrior. And at the age of 7, he is sent into the harsh wilderness. Why is he sent out? He is sent to fend for himself and discover the warrior within him. And after he has made the discovery of that warrior, is he allowed to come back to the clan, and he is received with glory and dignity. So will you ponder upon who you really are? Because all these persons that I have taken you through is all but a description of who you can be versus what society defines for you. But I will leave you with these final words as I close this very episode. So just as a man's glory most begins and ends, let it be said that your glory was the fact that you discovered who you are. Dear traders, until next time, allow me to say adios. Please take care and God bless. Remember to subscribe and to turn on the notification bell. Bless you.